Why does it matter how information is shared? The problem with suicide is that most people facing the hopelessness of this horrible state feel they have no one. They feel there is nowhere to turn. Information being distributed about suicide, signs and symptoms to look for, places to turn, and help in general should be readily available and easy to find. People in need of help should not have to look far for it. Information and how it is distributed matter because if it is not getting to the people in need when they need it, it does not help. Recent studies have shown that social media is the number one way to get information out to people at one time. For example, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline Facebook page had more than 47,000 fans as of January of 2013, and the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention Facebook page had more than 94,000 fans. Both of these Facebook pages provide links to suicide prevention websites and hotlines as well as information about the warning signs of suicide. A research study identified 580 groups on Twitter and 385 blog profiles on Blogger.com, designated as suicide prevention in November of 2011. These social media sites allow users to interact and share relevant information, stories, and events in their local areas. YouTube also has many videos devoted to suicide prevention, including those in the form of public service announcements. For example, the Up to Us campaign uses YouTube to share personal stories of hope developed by community members with personal experiences with either suicide prevention or mental illnesses. Most Americans have social media. That being said, having these groups available to someone that is scrolling through a newsfeed will reach many more people than a newspaper ad or a public event. Television used to be the top form of suicide advertising, but the issue with television is that it is not interactive. The person having suicidal thoughts would need to be watching a commercial at the very time that they are feeling at their low. They would then have to pick up a phone and dial a number to speak to someone at the suicide prevention hotline. That may seem like a lot of work to someone contemplating taking their own life. With social media, they only have to click a link and are immediately connected with someone to try and help them. Another good way to get information out to people is to target communication directly to high-risk groups. For example, active duty and veteran military personnel are at high risk for suicide and depression. There are between 14 to 20 military members that die of suicide each day. There has become a larger push to communicate to these groups of men and women to get help for them. The VA has come up with more resources to help prevent these occurrences. Since they are members of a group in which the VA is affiliated with, they can distribute information to them and give them those resources. There are ways to screen for depression and problems before it is too late. The VA has recognized the problem is large with the personnel and has made a movement to communicate better with their members. This is a form of getting information to a group directly to people that are at risk. There are many groups and organizations on Facebook and other social media that help people that are dealing with suicidal thoughts and have people that can relate to each other when they are going through a tough time. Within these groups, there are constantly people on there that are there to reply and talk to you about what you are going through. It is better to have instant help available than help that makes them wait. Providing information and help to people in need could save their life. If the information is not easily obtainable or does not reach the right focus group, it may be too late. For this reason, it matters how the information is distributed and shared. The goal is to get help to as many people in need as possible in the most convenient way, not through a billboard or a random commercial.